Upcycle teaches unemployed people how to turn waste into something of value, creating a circular economy solution for corporates. In this video, we're going to teach you how to make a pencil bag with zip tabs. We will start off with 2 pieces of fabric and a zip. The zip must be 2 centimeters shorter on either side than the piece of fabric. The 2 little zip tabs are cut off from the side, a little bit of extra fabric. You take the zip tab, fold it in half, open it up and fold the one end into the middle line, press it in place, fold the other part back into the middle line and press it down, and then you fold that back in half again, and you just give it a nice press to make sure it stays in place. Then you can put this on the closed side of your zip and then just get a crocodile clip and keep it in place nicely. We're going to do the same with the other zip tab for the other side. Fold it in half again, open it up, fold the one part in, and then fold the other part in, and then fold them in half again. Give it a press, and then this one's a bit more tricky because you have to hold the zip in your hand, keep the 2 pieces together while you put the zip tab on. But once you get your crocodile tab, you can grab it and keep everything together with a crocodile clip. And then we're going to go over to the sewing machine and we're going to sew it. So usually what I do is I sew down from the top down, and then instead of back stitching, I take the entire zip and turn it around and then sew from the other direction. So once you get to the end, just lift up your foot, turn it, place it back down again, and then go back in the other direction. This helps you to keep a much straighter line and you can see more clearly where you're going. Okay, we're just going to cut this loose and then we're going to do the same on the other side. The next step is for us to take our main piece of material. We're going to take our zip and turn it facing down onto the material. We're going to make sure we've got a nice even space on both sides of the zip, and then we will sew the zip in place. So you're going to start by sewing from where the zip tab starts, not from the main beginning part of the material. Sew all the way along the zip, and then you reverse stitch where you get to the end of where the zip tab is. We'll then clean this off, open up the fabric and press it nice and flat. You can just use your finger to press it firmly if it's a nice firm fabric. If it's a soft fabric, you might want to go and iron it to keep it in place. We're then going to top stitch. Also, we're only going to start from where the zip tab is and then top stitch all the way down and stop where the zip tab ends. Do not go all the way across. You also need to make sure you reverse at this point. Our next step is to take this piece of material, place it on top of the other material so that the zip and the top of the fabric is facing. Make sure that they're nice and lined up. Take it to the machine and then you sew it again in place exactly the same as you did before, except this time you have a piece of fabric added to the zip. as before, you open it up, press it with your finger to keep it nice and flat, and then take it back to your machine and top stitch. Again, only top stitching from where the zip tab starts and finishing where the zip tab ends. Okay, now we've installed our zip. The last thing to do is to close up the bag. So push your zip tabs up outwards, out of the way, and fold over your zip nicely so that the two pieces of material are nicely aligned. I always use a bull clipper here to make sure I hold it in place because the zip doesn't lay flat. We're also now going to sew right as close to the zip tabs as we can, but not on the zip tab. So we're going to sew around the bag, making sure when we get down to the bottom corner, we leave our needle in. We can lift and turn the material, sew down the bottom section. When we get to the next corner, again we leave our needle in, lift the foot, turn, and then sew down the next side. Again, we're going to sew as close to the zip tab as we can, but not onto the zip tab, but as close as we can to it. And reverse, make it nice and secure. Once you've cut all your little bits off and finished off, you can take a lighter to melt those last tiny bits of thread that you can't snip as close to the material as possible. Gives you a nice clean finish, and make sure the threads don't pull through. We're now going to take a scissors. I'm going to cut off the corners so that we don't have that extra bulk of fabric getting in the way when we turn our pencil bag. This will give you a nice tight corner, which we'll show you just now. So all of these are cut at a 45-degree angle. We're now going to turn the pencil bag to slide the zip open a little bit, and then we're just going to turn it. Over here you'll be able to see how nicely that zip tab looks because it's not caught into the corner. It gives you a really clean, nice finish. The part of the zip is loose and free. The bottom corner now you'll see as we turn it, because we've cut all that extra fabric, you get a really nice, tight, sharp corner. And there you have a pencil bag that's beautifully finished. The zip tabs gives it a really nice finish at the end, because I usually find the way that the zip is finished is not very pretty. But look at that, you have a beautiful bag. Please like and subscribe, as this helps us to bring more circular economy solutions for our unemployed people in the communities that we work with in South Africa.